macOS 27 Beta 3 has been released for a while now, and in this video, I'll be installing it on my MacBook Air M2 to see what are the changes on this beta. Hi, I'm Thanhh Technology. As you can see here, I'm about to update my MacBook to the latest developer beta. At the moment, the update weight's around 12 GB and the build number is 26A5378J. It took around 6 minutes to install the update, so I've speeded up the video 15 times. My Mac has been updated to macOS 27 Golden Gate Beta 3. Let's see the changes. First of all, you can see the new Golden Gate wallpaper here, which is insanely beautiful. Here's a screensaver of this wallpaper. macOS wallpapers have always been gorgeous, and that's why I don't use any other wallpaper. The update came with Golden Gate Sunset and Golden Gate Night wallpaper. Well, I mean, they both look great. Let's take a look at the screensaver. The view is different compared to the sunset one, but still nice. These are the two new wallpapers in the Beta 3. I liked it. New betas can impact SSD performance. To ensure this build is fully optimized, I use iBoysoft DiskGeeker to benchmark my sequential and random speeds in real time. Inside the speed test feature, it provides a clear, real-time breakdown of both sequential speeds. As you can see, the final results populate right here, showing 1539 megabytes per second for read and 4237 megabytes per second for write, giving you concrete data on your drive's responsiveness. Next is the space analysis tool. By scanning the drive, it generates an intuitive color-coded visualizer that maps out your storage. It immediately shows you exactly which directories, like the users or system folders, are occupying the most space, making it incredibly easy to track down bloat. And to actually clear things out, you can switch to the dedicated Clean Junk feature. It scans and isolates temporary installation logs and system cache files left behind by the update, letting you wipe them out in just a few clicks. iBoysoft DiskGeeker is compatible with all the latest macOS versions and tailored perfectly for Apple Silicon architecture. If you want a reliable tool to monitor, clone, and manage your Mac storage, you can download it with a special discount using the links in the description and pinned comment below. Now, back to the next beta feature. In this beta, you can see the reminder icon has slightly changed. Can you spot the difference between it and the one on previous betas? Not only reminder, chess icon has also changed a bit. It seems flatter. The Siri badge in Siri settings is now bigger. It's a pretty minor UI change that won't really affect your day-to-day experience. But man, the new Siri AI icon looks stunning. Apple has subtly refreshed Siri's visual language. The core animation showcases a seamless, liquid gradient shifting inside a translucent orb. It's pretty much reminiscent of betas 1 and 2, but honestly, it's just that extra bit smoother and cleaner. Now, you can also customize the default folder colors to your liking using these color sliders. This change gives you the freedom to choose any hue without being confined to the stock colors from the earlier betas. Plus, if you turn on tinted mode for app icons, the custom color applies to them as well, not just the folders. Opening Spotlight or the apps feels a lot faster and snappier compared to betas 1 and 2. This is a massive improvement because in previous builds, entering the apps section would cause noticeable stutters. Honestly, I just want Apple to give us Launchpad back. In macOS 27 Beta 3, Apple introduced a new slider that lets you customize the intensity of adaptive audio. Instead of relying on a fixed default setting, you can now drag the slider to lean more heavily into noise cancellation, to block out sounds, or towards transparency mode for greater environmental awareness. While there are plenty of complaints about iPhone mirroring being broken on the macOS 27 beta, I'm happy to report that on Beta 3, it works perfectly fine with my iPhone 12. As you can see here, I can interact with my iPhone smoothly. Now, let's compare the Geekbench CPU and GPU scores between Beta 2 on the left and Beta 3 on the right. To ensure absolute consistency, both tests were conducted under identical conditions, fully charged and plugged into power, with all background applications completely closed. Starting with the CPU performance, Beta 3 shows a noticeable leap. Single core climbed from 2,471 to 2,624, while multi-core jumped from 9,385 to nearly 10,000 at 9,913. However, looking over at the GPU metal scores, we see a slight dip, dropping from 42,869 on Beta to down to 41,857 on Beta 3. It's a minor variance that you won't really notice in real-world tasks, but it shows that graphical optimization is still a work in progress as we edge closer to the final release. That's a wrap on the main new features in macOS 27 Beta 3. I'll be covering upcoming builds like Betas 4, 5, or the public beta as soon as they drop. Thanks for watching, subscribe for more tech updates, and see you guys later.